Good evening. It's easy for something to become lost. An object, a phone number, a story, yourself. Fortunately, you know exactly where you are, because there's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop? The Twilight Zone. Our first guest this evening, speaking on a talk show to thousands. Some love him, and many more hate him. This is former Vice President Butler, and this is not the story of how he came to his end. Hangnail on a monkey's paw. The other participant in the Vice President's ending is this man, Khalid. After Vice President Butler's talk show appearance, Khalid manages to sneak into Butler's room. Khalid is one of Butler's victims, a man abducted from his home and tortured by the CIA for 18 months because of the color of his skin. Torture authorized by the former vice president. Butler thinks Khalid is here for revenge, but that's not it at all. Khalid has come into possession of a rare mystical object, a monkey's paw, and he has made his wish. For former Vice President Butler to never die. Khalid manages to abduct the former Vice President with the intention of torturing him, but it soon becomes unnecessary after both a stroke and a train accident leaves him unable to move, but still alive. And now you see why this is not the story of Vice President Butler's end, because he will never end. Our second lost tale takes us to an expedition in space, where they hope to find a new home for their species in cold calculation. The world is dying, and these poor people are lost, hungry, and desperate for any place to call home. They think they finally found it, a world very much like their own, with a diverse ecosystem and many different lower life forms. But the only problem is that this world is far too cold for them. Fortunately, their tech department has a solution: to warm up this place and make it viable for them, since that's the only thing keeping them from planting a flag. Unfortunately, since raising the thermostat on this planet will result in most of the native species dying off, the navigation officer is less than enthusiastic about this option, taking matters into his own hands, killing the captain to prevent this. However, they soon realize that they don't have to warm up the planet. The people of the Earth are doing it for them. They just have to sit and wait for humanity to kill itself. And our final lost tale brings us to Bobby Scott, a wealthy industrialist and surrounded by sycophantic men and women. And here we get to learn a little about him and the people around him in It's All in How You Frame It. While working on securing an old woman's home to be demolished for a construction project, he decides to give a test drive to new smart glasses his company is developing. However, the prototypes give an odd effect to those around him. He can see people outlined in color. When he spots an ambulance helping out a dying man, he soon realizes what the colors are: people's souls. Depending on the color, he can determine various things about them. How good or bad a person is. Or can he? The things he sees don't seem to be accurate, or at least not in his interpretations. Finally, he decides to take a good look at himself and his complete lack of a glow. The things that are truly lost are not these tales, but an essential aspect of all people. You have seen it reflected when it comes to the actions of various people and the choices they make. Where can you find the things they've lost? Look under H for Humanity in the Twilight Zone.